Hi, I'm Rasheed Ogunlaru, coach, speaker, and author, and welcome to the April issue of Catch the Coach, the newsletter and the video newsletter for inner fulfillment and deep connection. This episode, I'm going to be talking all about energy and creativity. Energy and creativity, well, we are of energy, isn't it? And we are an expression of life's creativity, and we are spring from creativity. Life, nature's this universal creativity of this incredible mystery. So, and at this time, actually, it's really apt for this time of the year because we see it all around us in nature, don't we? We just see it as the flowers and the roots kind of emerge in the gardens, in the parks, as we see it in the trees, as we see this blossoming, this expression of life's creativity through the energy that comes through the sun, the rain, the soil, all of these things. What's really, really important is that I often talk about that we are not separate from life's energy and so on. We are actually an expression of it. We're not separate from it. We ourselves are an expression of it, and it can come through us. And when it comes to creativity, it's not just necessarily about being creativity, being a musician, a songwriter, an artist, a writer, what have you. No, we all have creativity in different kind of ways. So how is it that we're able to harness that creativity for ourselves personally, for our well-being, in our careers, in our relationships, in our businesses? That's what I want to explore very, very, very briefly in this dynamic, energetic episode here. My tip for the month is to, first of all, take care of your energy. So that's my first tip for the month. What do I mean by that? Well, that energy is likely to come from making sure that you're getting sleep, that you're resting, that you're listening to your body rather than everybody. You need to, in order to harness your energy, you need to understand the vessel that you yourself are in and begin to listen to it, whatever stage of life it is that you're in, because there may well be a certain time in life where you're full of energy, you're bounding with energy. There might be another time in life, another stages in life where it is quite the opposite. And it's interesting that if you look at an athlete throughout their career, how it is that they may manage their energy in their body in the early stages of their careers might be quite later to the latter stage of their careers. So sleep, nutrition, and really tending and caring for this physical body, this vessel that we find ourselves in, is very, very important. Sleep, resting, listening, listening rather than wrestling, right? It's about that. And what is it energizes you? Is it going and doing your yoga, your morning stretches? Is it about getting out in nature? What is it? Is it going to the gym? Is it swimming? What is it that works for you? Is it all the just tasks around the house that keep you fit and healthy? Which is really important, because that is really good. It's good for mind, because it calms the mind whilst we're active. It's good for body, and it is good for spirit. So this is a thing about energy and being aware of your energy and the attunement of it, listening to that energy. For me, it sometimes expresses the energy, really expresses itself that all of a sudden an idea will come through to me, or a song might come through to me. Or this morning, there's a couple of people who I mentor, and I left them messages because of all sorts of creative ideas that came through that may well relate and be valuable for the work that is that they do. So for as far as I'm concerned, with also with creativity, because creativity can kind of come through at any particular time. So you need to kind of be ready for that and get to know yourself. Maybe that is the next tip that I want to talk about here. So there's one thing about taking care of your energy and knowing that you are a manifestation of life's energy. And then, okay, we've talked a little bit about our well-being, but then it's about beginning to understand how our energy works, how it flows. You'll often hear me talking about this, knowing what kind of time of the day kind of person that you are, how your energy ebbs and flows. A while ago, I was working with a client, and he was busy in his creative field of work, but he also was studying to quite a high degree, and he was really concerned about how he was going to manage these things. I said, well, let's Take a look at how your energy ebbs and flows throughout the day. So being aware of when is it that you're energized, when is it you're tired, what times of the day are best for you for different tasks. Get to know yourself and get to understand the energy. But there may well be times where it comes through through serendipity, very intuitively at that particular moment, because sometimes creativity will just strike at any moment and you need to be ready to capture it. So there's something again about listening within and getting familiar with yourself. You might be at a point in your life where you're thinking, okay, Rashi, that's all very, very well, but I don't feel as I'm very creative. I feel kind of stuck. I'm wanting to get things going in my career, in my business, and so on. So for you, my tip is to just begin to start having fun with play with creativity. Is it about rearranging the furniture in your home? My one of my brothers always used to do that, quite regularly. He'd move around the furniture, just giving a fresh look. Is it about that? Is it about going out into the garden, and if you've got lucky enough to have a garden, and doing things there? Is it about how you put your clothes together? Is it about how you cook and the meals and so on? I've got a friend who I know who's always very creative with how he would put together his meals and so on. It's about how you dress. Is sparking that creativity about taking a different route to work, or when you're going to the shops and the stores, that's going to give you new insights, new inspirations and so on. There's many, many ways in which you can spark creativity and how creativity can give life in you. They often say that very often in the places that people live, people don't look up and see the architecture. Very often it's the case that people aren't just present moment by moment. So it might be by slowing down and being stiller. You may just become far more in tune with yourself and with your energy and with your own creativity and the insights that are coming through. So there might be a number of different things that you need to do. Slowing down, opening up your line of vision, opening up the senses, ways that you smell, how is it that you taste. This is what mindfulness and all of this stuff is about. So let's talk a little bit about then that creativity when it comes to then your relationships, in terms of your work, in terms of your business. Well, the very first thing is about, in all of your relationships, personal, working, romantic, social, friends, family, being very, very present, being aware of where you sit with it, being aware of what your energy is like. Do you have the energy on that day to have that conversation? Do you need to rest? Do you need to pause? Wherever it is that you are, you're wanting to be able to be as present as you can and listening to the other genuinely, being aware of your own inner narrative so you can be really, really present, really listening in. Maybe that may well be an act of creativity in itself. Maybe it may help you manage your energy, so you're not needing to just come up with all the answers or solutions or telling people what to do. You can just be present and go with the flow perhaps a little bit more in terms of your one-to-one relationships. In terms of your work and in terms of your business, all the things that I was talking about, being understanding how your energy ebbs and flows is very, 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 very important. And get to know the other people that you work. How do they work best? What energizes them? And when it comes to all of your work, what works for you? Are you a kind of person where it is keeping really good notes, or many people journal personally or creatively, or to come up with ideas? Is it the case that doing a classic spring clean of your home, your office, your desk is going to give you more space that's going to spark that creativity? There are many, many ways in which to do it. I think one of the last things I want to talk about is, well, maybe two things. Maybe it is that you need to bring some inspiration in order to spark that creativity. Maybe it is what the things that you're going to, maybe you need to start. Maybe it is going to be about that you're reading things or listening to things, or maybe it is you're going to get back in touch with kind of games that you used to play in order to spark that. Maybe it is that you're going to take up a new hobby or reconnect with an old one. Maybe that's going to spark that creativity that it is that you need, or that you may well find that is nourishing for you personally and professionally. And maybe the thing that I want to begin to wrap up with is the importance of play. Play. You might be thinking, wow, Rashid, this was really daunting. I don't know where to begin. Maybe begin where kids do, with a little bit of play, fun, sing, dance, play, get outside, rediscover even things inside in your home. Maybe there's things that you've overlooked. What's in that cupboard? What's in that drawer? Play. Experiment, have fun. Maybe going back to an old modality that you left for ages. Maybe it is about drawing again, getting up those paints, getting those colours. There are so many different ways in which we can be creative. So, by way of conclusion, everything is energy. You are an expression of life's energy. You're a manifestation of life's energy. It's about being conscious of that. It's about being present. It's about starting off with your energy through things like sleep and how it is that you nourish the body, tending the body, revering the body, respecting the body, listening to your body rather than everybody, tuning into your instincts. You might even hear ideas come through to you like I was discussing before, and it might be you need something to be able to capture it. Maybe for you it's just about listening to yourself, to others, trying something new recipe, new walk, new route, could be anything. And getting back in touch with play. Have fun. Thank you for tuning in. Wishing you all the best from me, Rasheed.